What is up, Impact Nation? Welcome to this bonus video that I'm going to do today on the breaking news of the day. Maybe even one of the breaking news things of the week here. Definitely for Impact Wrestling. Impact Wrestling's Twitter account announced today that WrestleCon April 6th show that's going to be shown live on Twitch, which takes place in New Orleans, WrestleMania weekend, will now be not just stars from Impact Wrestling, not just the debut possibility, or at least, guest appearance of Teddy Hart. We will now get Impact Wrestling versus Lucha Underground for the whole event. Wow. Like, as soon as I saw this, I was just blown away. So happy about this. I've always liked Lucha Underground. After season 2, I kind of started falling off. I didn't really see much of season 3. Now, I just don't have access to the El Rey network. So I haven't seen season 3. Hopefully it gets put up on Netflix here soon. If not, maybe I'll just start trying to find them on YouTube or something like that. So I'll have to get caught back up before season 4 starts up. I'll need to try to find a way to watch it and get a hold of it. But guys, this is big. This is a big deal. And I really think actually this has been in the works, I think, for a while. Just because if you look, bringing in Taya, bringing in Johnny Mundo, Impact, bringing in Brian Cage now, and all these different things, the people that came over from AAA were Lucha Underground guys. El Hijo de Fantasma is King Cuerno, obviously Drago, and stuff like that. So, very excited. In fact, I'm going to spoil something. I saw some results from the current. They're currently taping season 4 right now of Lucha Underground, and I'm going to spoil actually 2 people. Now I don't know if they're going to actually be part of Lucha Underground or if they are just part of this one match. Which fans of Lucha Underground will know what I'm talking about. Aztec Warfare, which is kind of like just a big gauntlet battle royal type match, or Royal Rumble type match. And these 2 people were entered in. And again, spoiler. I'll give you a couple minutes here, or a couple seconds here. I'll give you, let's see here, I'll give you 10 seconds starting now. So if you don't want to hear what this is, flip. Count down to 3, 2, 1, and the 2 people that debuted were Jesse Goddard's and Tommy Dreamer. Now, Tommy Dreamer's been helping out with Impact as an agent, while Sanjay's been recovering from his injury and some other things as well. And then obviously Jesse Goddard's, kind of still not really with Impact, but he's kind of been on a hiatus and that he's not really part of it. But he could be coming back. He's been flirting with that, but he does have a relationship with Impact Wrestling. He's showing up on Lucha Underground. Tommy Dreamer showing up on Lucha Underground. And then again, of course, like I said, we've and for all the people that didn't want to get spoiled, welcome back. But we got Brian Cage, we've got Taya and Johnny and all those other guys. So I think there's definitely been a partnership brewing for a very long time. Now I'm gonna just specifically for this event. Oh my gosh! I mean, the possibilities of all the different matches would be awesome. And for this time only, I want to see so bad. I know we've seen it in different variations, but I want to see it happen again under Abyss versus Mil Muertes. And if people don't know who Mil Muertes is underneath the mask, it is Ricky Banderas, also known as Judas Macias, whenever he was in Impact Wrestling. Having those 2 go at it under those 2 personalities, though, with Katrina there ringside, maybe bring back James Mitchell to have for Abyss. I mean, just wow, that could be an amazing, amazing match. And that could be one of the, they could put that under one of the Lucha Underground things. I'm trying to think of what the hell they called that one match. Mil Muertes has been in a couple. Oh I don't know why I can't think of the actual words, but it has something to do with the Day of the Dead. And like the I know what it is. It's escaping my mind right now. But there's one: Moose versus Willie Mack, or Moose versus the Monster Montanza would be insane. Again, because they're both big guys that can just move around the ring whenever they should not be able to do that. You know, I'm trying to think of all the different things. Oh, Eddie Edwards versus Son of Havoc would be amazing. Let's see here. Oh, you could have the Lucha Underground. Or no, what the hell are they called? The Underground Worldwide. It's PJ Black and Johnny Mundo, Jack Evans and Taya. Have them go up against, I don't know, like LAX. You can have them go up against like OVE. I would love, just because it is an indie thing, I think it'd be absolutely hilarious to have one of those double characters face themselves. The one person I think that definitely could pull that off would be Sami Callihan. If they booked it, Sami Callihan versus Jeremiah Crane, I think it'd be funny and it'd be hilarious to see him try to like wrestle himself. You know, fuck, dude, Killshot. Have Killshot against like Desmond Xavier or Matt Sydal would be insane. It'd be so good. You know, they've got plenty of different trios. So you got trios versus trios. You know, and Aerostar, if he's still with Lucha Underground, have him go up against. I mean, this could be a lot of fun. And then that's just the men. Think about the women. I'm thinking like Rosemary versus Ivelisse. We've got Sienna versus Mariposa. Allie versus Cobra Moon. That would be awesome. What else we got? Marty the Moth versus Eli Drake. That could be a really good match, man. Just there's so many different like matchups that we could see at this specific event that is just going to be mind-blowing and one hell of a fun night. If people aren't signed up for Twitch yet, for that Twitch account, to watch that Twitch channel by Impact Wrestling, whoo, you better be getting all signed up, ready to go for April 6th, because that's going to be awesome. I usually love to watch the WWE Hall of Fame. I love watching it, always will, and it's because, you know, like I love listening to stories. I love seeing guys that have, whether you think that they're necessarily deserving or not to go into the Hall of Fame, people that busted their ass, went through so many ups and downs probably in their life, put their bodies on the line all the time to entertain us, finally at least get recognized and be celebrated and see that emotion on their face. I love it. I love even like the NFL Hall of Fame does the same type of thing. The NFL Hall of Fame ceremony does the same type of big celebration type atmosphere, and I love it. It's just, you know, it's a really fun thing to sit there and listen to. But I ain't watching it. Well, I mean, I'll watch it, but I'll watch it on demand. I'm watching this event live on Twitch. No doubt about it. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I absolutely cannot wait. Now, if you guys follow me on Twitter, you guys know I said I have some ideas of what things could be going, you know, further. And if people have been watching my channel for a while, seen an old video, whenever the whole GFW was announced of them buying out, or not buying out, but Anthem was changing the name from Impact to Global Force. I was coming around the idea of, okay, this is perfect to have that kind of invasion angle again, but not to where it's so obvious. You know what I mean? Like whenever NXT or the Nexus had their invasion, well, no, you knew that they all worked for WWE. They just haven't been called up yet, and they've had enough of it. So there was no real kind of like invasion takeover. They were just, you know, they were guys that were clearly signed and, you know, whatever else. Now, that's the one thing about an invasion angle happening in this era would be really tough, because then you would really have to drop your knowledge of everything that's going on. Sure, it would still probably help, you know, work for like the kids and stuff, but I think again, if Impact wants to stop being like WWE, I think they need to look more towards kind of what WCW and then ECW did back in the mid to late 90s. They started focusing on 18 to 35, that group of people that watched, and so they could be a little bit edgier. Obviously with WCW they couldn't be as edgy as EC3, ECW. But like they were trying to make it a little more edgier, and then of course finally by like 98, 99, WWF caught up with that, and they went almost like overboard. They were like way above kind of what WCW was doing. They were trying to do more of what ECW was doing. Was showing exhibitionists and stuff. So, but yeah, so I still think though that like the wrestling world as a whole, I personally think is actually kind of thirsty for that one big story, that one big like a couple year long story arc type story. And this is where you could do it. And what do I mean by that is this. I'm not exactly for sure on how Lucha Underground does their tapings for their season. I can't remember if they tape it all at once or if they tape like most of the season and then they take a break, and then during that break they finish it. I can't remember how they do it. So it would take a little while before this starts, but this could be maybe a beginning, a precursor, a hinter, you know what I mean, at what could possibly be happening. And what I mean by that is, and again, I'm way behind on some stories, but I'm just saying, you could weed this story into Lucha Underground, because they're more of the soap opera, they could eventually get to a point where, again, I'm trying not to give away a spoiler here. Whoever's in charge of the temple towards the end can finally say, you know what? I'm tired of bringing people to the temple. It's time for the temple to go out at some point, right? And start talking about plans of taking over the wrestling world, the fighting world, blah, blah, blah. That's whenever you already got, again, Brian Cage, Johnny Impact, Taya, King Cuerno, and Drago, who has been on there before. You can bring Drago back. Start having them, they're doing their normal thing, their normal wrestling stuff. You could even have, eventually, Impact saying, oh, we've got a new star debuting, it's, and you could, and maybe not Son of Havoc, maybe you call him Matt Cross, but then, he turns, it was all part of a ruse, and now he is actually Son of Havoc. New debuting Ivelisse. Okay, Ivelisse now debut. You have a couple more Lucha Underground debuts. And weeks to come, months to come, everything else. This is all happening before you even get to where whoever's in charge of the temple starts doing that whole thing at the end of Lucha Underground Season 4. Now, all of a sudden, right after that ends, that Season 4 does end, either, obviously, it has to be live something, whether it's a live episode of Impact, if they're going to ever do those again, or a pay-per-view. Because it's got to happen live. You have, kind of like I'm thinking either you have them come in through the back and storm in, and you show them storming in, and you want to have them take over, or you do it again, just kind of weird. So let's just say at some point there's a big time match where you've got some former Lucha Undergrounds and then some actual Impact Wrestling stars. Let's say there's at the main event of a pay-per-view, there's like a fatal four-way for the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight Championship. It's Austin Aries, Moose, Johnny Impact, Brian Cage, right? So there's 4 guys. 2 of them Lucha Underground, 2 of them Impact Wrestling. Match is going through, blah, 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 blah. Then, out of nowhere, because it is fatal four-way, there's no disqualification, you've got whoever would be in charge of the temple. Whether it's, a Rouge of, whoever it would be, they stand up. All of a sudden, they're like, wait, who is that guy just standing up over there? And, like, have him sitting either kind of ringside or, because I know it's going to be hard. People are going to recognize that person and be like, oh my God, oh my God. So you have to hide him and then have him come out, like, right as. So you could have him, and really, yeah, I mean, you could maybe even have him, he weasels his way in through LAX, which that could be another kind of, or her, whoever it's going to be, weasel their way into the Impact Zone through LAX, and LAX is helping them. That would be kind of interesting too. But however they do it, he gets up, stands up, and just kind of gives like a signal, right? All of a sudden, Johnny and Brian look at each other, and they start whooping the hell out of him. Guys come out from the back, they start beating down Moose and Moose and Austin Aries, and either Brian Cage or Johnny Impact, really doesn't matter, wins the Impact World Heavyweight Championship and takes it hostage now. Now, you can have that feud on Impact for a while, and then you go on to Season 5 of Lucha Underground, and it's Impact coming now back into the Temple to take back what's theirs and try to take over the Temple. And then you can have this back and forth. Now you can have things that happen on Lucha Underground, happen on Impact, and they're going back and forth and fighting on both channels. Now you got a real partnership of two legit shows, right? So now you have your Raw and SmackDown, but it's Lucha Underground and Impact Wrestling. And there's true competition there without it being all obviously underneath the same roof. I think this would be an amazing idea. I've thought about this many, many times because I always thought it'd be really cool to see this happen with Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor. But, obviously things have gone back and forth between those two companies. So, right now we have this sitting right here in Impact Wrestling's lap. And I think wrestling fans as a whole would eat it up, would love it. People that have been shitting on Impact Wrestling, now you're kind of dealing with one company that's still kind of on the cool side. Still kind of a cool thing to be a fan of Lucha Underground. But now you've got at least something else. And it's something way different that no other wrestling company is doing. This is a good way to really capitalize your partnership with a wrestling company. And like I said, now you've got two shows that your wrestlers are going to be on every week. And it's something different. Different eyes are getting seen. I think this would bring in more people because this would get the whole internet wrestling community talking about Impact Wrestling, talking about Lucha Underground. And wow. I mean, I just think it'd be an amazing thing. I think, like I said, everybody's thirsty for this, just one of those big angles. It doesn't have to be an invasion angle. I'm just saying this would be my idea for a big, huge storyline, and this is what it would be. It would be an invasion angle. It would be a battle, like they even said on Twitter, Impact Wrestling Twitter. It's worlds colliding. It's it's everything's already in place. Just to see it happen would be absolutely amazing. I am so stoked for this. I'm stoked just for the matches itself that we're going to see on that night at that event. But I can't help but start thinking about these things whenever these things come up. Oh my God, could you imagine what this would be like? I mean, that's what taking everything that's not WWE to a new level. Impact Wrestling in the past, whenever they were TNA, had a little bit of that whenever they would do a yearly World X Cup, where you would have guys from New Japan wrestling for Team Japan, guys from AAA or CMLL wrestling for Team Mexico. You had guys, obviously for Impact Wrestling for Team USA or Team Impact. And then you would pick up some other guys for that random international team. Or Team Canada would be Impact Wrestling's Team Canada. But, there was so now there's kind of a little bit of the thing. If they ever want to take it to the second level, where now people, this Team Impact's pissed about the loss, so they're going after, New Japan at New Japan, that would have been something cool and totally different. We have that opportunity here to do something like that. And I just think this is something that they should not mess up, that they should definitely look into. I just think it'd be something totally different that the wrestling world has not seen, right? For a very long time. And I don't know. I'm super excited. I think all this would be great. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Am I out of my mind? Let me know what you think. Are you going to be watching the show on April 6th? I know I am. I damn sure hope I hope Impact starts breaking numbers, breaking records for Twitch views and all that stuff. I really do. I cannot wait to see what's going to happen with this event. And from the looks of it on Twitter, it looks like everybody is, at least all the Impact people that that I follow on Twitter, are absolutely ecstatic about this possibility, and I'm totally stoked for it. Again, there's a bunch of other things that from Lucha Underground, a lot of other people that I'm probably not thinking of right now, that I would love to see there. Yeah, I mean, Pentagon Jr. or Pentagon Dark, Ray Phoenix. I mean, come on, this is gonna be awesome. This is going to be great, and yeah, I can't stop thinking about it. Can't stop talking about it. Is it April 6th yet? Looking at my watch as if my make-believe watch as if it's like a big calendar. But no, it's not April 6th yet. But anyway, we also have a great episode of Impact Wrestling going on tonight. So please tune back into my channel tomorrow, and I will have a review of tonight's episode up for you tomorrow. Again, like I said, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about both my idea or about just this breaking news. What do you guys think? Are you guys stoked for it? Are you guys going to watch it? I hope everybody does. Let me know down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. Go check out some of my other videos. I talk about a lot of different things. It is mainly reviews, but every once in a while I'll get on here and I'll book it, or I'll talk about breaking news and different stuff like that. So, go give some of my videos a chance. If you like them, hit that subscribe button, hit those notification buttons so you always know when my video is coming up. But whenever I do these bonus videos, I try to let people know on Twitter, so go check me out at Anthem of Impact. And please, start following me, subscribe to me, love me. Anyway, guys, until tomorrow, peace.